Hey, thought I'd do a quick progress report since I'm still just barely getting through my backlog. Yesterday was my last backlog video that I made a couple days ago, and then I recorded a couple videos since then. But I thought I'd show people what I'm working on. I am pretty deep into New World. I'm not really a big achievement hunter, but I only have two achievements left. One is to finish New World, the final deciding battle mission, and then the last one is to get 100 million berries. That last one will come naturally once I get to that point, but right now I'm kind of not there yet. Alright, got a couple characters here. I maxed out Luffy completely. Marco is pretty close to being maxed out. Another couple runs and he should be fine. Ace, I would use more, but I guess when you use fire effects in this game, even on the console versions, the frame rate just tanks for no reason. I did check Steam database just before I started this video, and apparently they're working on a patch. There's supposed to be a patch for the console versions, I guess, for multiplayer joining issues or something. So I hope that the PC patch will actually lower the CPU usage. I've had a lot of problems with high CPU usage in this game for like seemingly no reason, and it doesn't seem like changing or lowering any of the settings has any kind of bearing on it at all. Like I can put the characters on like normal or max, and it barely makes a difference. Other people have mentioned the same thing as well. Obviously, this is not like the biggest game out there, so there's not a lot of testimonials. It mostly seems to happen when I'm streaming, when I'm recording, which is honestly more important anyway, so it doesn't bother me that much because far more people watch my daily videos than my streams. When I'm not streaming, it seems to be working mostly fine, but it also does still happen there too. Kind of waiting to see if there's going to be a patch. I was going to upgrade my CPU if my stimulus check comes in. That would be pretty ideal. That would probably fix my issues because then I would just be brute forcing the. I wouldn't call it bad CPU usage, but it seems like it uses far more than it has to. But until then, I'm kind of stuck with what I've got right now. He's pretty much maxed out too. Maxed out the Red Ranger. He's pretty close to being maxed out. Maxed out the blue one too. The pink one I enjoy playing as well. Sabo I would play as more, but like I said, the fire effects kind of screw things up. And I'm going to rotate in some other characters in the near future too. Sanji when the game lets me play as him. Maybe Zaro. Marco I'm going to be putting in more of my footage soon. I haven't played as the Oreo filling power guy yet. This guy with the split personality, I'm going to rotate him in too. So I'm working on a bunch of characters, but since I'm at the end of the end game now, I kind of have to take some time to get everybody up to that level. Okay, so I can work on somebody else here. See who I want to work on, and I'm just going to do one map, and then I've actually got to head out for a kitty sitting shift. Okay, so those of you who are wondering how to level break characters, it works differently from the way it did in the last game. Basically, all you get in this game is just you get some marginal stats. How many stats you get depends on the character. Some characters do have innately different or higher stats than others. Like, for instance, if I go to Luffy here, he actually had a lower health than the other characters. Like, you can see his life maxes out at level 17. I'm not sure if it does that with other characters, but some characters get more from level breaking than others. Like Marco here is going to be my next target. Right now, pretty much all he needs is just to get his stamina and his defense maxed out. So I'm actually going to max out his stamina, his defense right now. Okay, so if I want to max out his stamina, I need to clear this node here, which is big silver D coin. D coins drop, or not D coins, but silver coins drop randomly in the New World levels, or you can also get them for reaching a maxed out bar in the crew level with the character, but each coin is different for character. Like, for instance, I don't have this coin here, Rayleigh, so I can't get access to his health level break. So he's pretty close to being maxed out. Still got a ways to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a quick run here.
La 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 la! 戦争だ！
そこそこ受けて立つ！
Actually, I just noticed this is a one of the multiplayer levels, so let's back out. One complaint that a lot of people have with this game is that you can't really tell what levels you're supposed to use for multiplayer, and the AI, I wouldn't really call them dumb, it's just they're not as good as a human player. You can very easily clear it by yourself, it's just the problem is that it takes way longer. Like, I had one of those maps last night on my stream. I struggled to do it by myself because the AI wasn't taking the territories, and then when I actually got people who finished it in under 10 minutes. CPU usage starting to spike. I haven't changed anything on my end, so I think it's just the game. Either that or Windows 10 telemetry. Might have to start getting rid of all the bloatware. But other people have mentioned problems with it too, so I don't want to do anything too drastic. Why can I not move? I hate this law guy. Obnoxious to fight. That blue thing he puts out.
I
never knew that Zaro and Basara Masamune shared a voice actor. I know that, what's his name? Kuro's brother in Tales of Berseria, he does like the exact same voice. It's hard to not make voice actor jokes back when I was playing that. Like, literally the exact same voice, kind of like a Johnny on Bosch type thing. I guess they just want that guy to just do the same voice for every swordsman character he voice acts with. Seems to be a lot of them. Some voice actors in this, they're very popular voice actors. I noticed them in other media, other video games, other shows and stuff. But, some here, like the guy that does the voice for Ichigo and Bleach, I recognize instantly as part of this game.
Saすがルフィね。負ける気がしない。
The enemies are pretty tanky in New World. This is a maxed out character, by the way. He has no more, like, progression to do at this point. Aside from a couple R1 actives, they're ones that I don't really use. A lot of Luffy's aerial options outside of his form changes are pretty bad, actually. There's definitely characters with more interesting aerial combat than him, that's for sure. The few moves he has that work in the air are quite good, but a lot of his ground ones leave a lot to be desired. A lot of that is because the majority of them are grabs, and grabs are pretty useless in this game. That's probably why characters like Garb are not in the game. They couldn't figure out how to make them. Grabs pretty much only work on peons, or they work on officers if they're staggered. And that didn't work that way in the last game. Ran pretty well there. It's still spiking a bit. Like I said, I checked their Steam database and it seems like they're working on a patch. It's definitely one of their better ports, but it seems like it uses far more resources than it should be. I definitely have noticed while recording that it gets worse. When it's streaming, it's like at its absolute worst. Like, see, I just got, I guess you could call it level 6 with Zaro, so I got one of the, I think that's Conqueror's Hockey. I don't know anything about One Piece, but that's one of the hockey coins. So any character that has a hockey coin for their level break, I'll be able to level break him or her with that. And I also got some of that boat one too. Like you can see in the lower right-hand corner, the last 2 coins, those are the silver coins, so those are only used for level breaking. A lot of people have asked like why there's no action level 10 in this game. Maybe they'll add that later on. I know for a fact that Bamco, pretty much all their anime licensed games, even stuff like Jump Force, which nobody likes, that game I think just got its final DLC like a month or 2 ago. So we have hopes that the characters aren't just going to get dumped into the game and there won't be any content. Because as you can see, I am close to quote-unquote 100%ing the game. Obviously, if I try to max out everybody, it'll take a lot longer, but I feel like if they are going to add more material content to this game besides just the characters, then it's in my best interest to wait. So I've got a nice little roster of characters that I'm working on now. Like I've got Luffy, I might try to make Zaro work. Sanji when the game lets me play him. Marco's a favorite of mine. This guy with the split personality I want to play as more. Squillo says he's pretty good. I haven't tried him yet. These 2, most of the Rangers I play as too. Carrot. Got a nice little roster of characters I'm going to be working on. I figure by the time I get them all up to par for endgame stuff, I might just take a break. We'll see what happens with this game. I definitely do feel it needs a little bit more interesting endgame. There are some characters that have whole new moves and stuff tied to the endgame, but then there's some characters that don't. So it feels kind of unfair, you know, if your favorite character doesn't have any R1s or anything locked into the endgame, then the progression feels kind of boring because it's all just stats. I mean, for some people that's more than enough, but for me, I definitely like something more interesting than just doing more damage or being able to take more damage. That keeps me interested for longer, but I am really enjoying this game. Hopefully I'll be able to fix the performance issues, be it on my end or on the game's end when they patch it. Like I said, if I get the money this month, then I'll look into getting an i7 and maybe a new power supply, and that should probably fix it, but it seems like it's just mostly out of my control, so bear with me. I'm still really enjoying this game. I have a couple guides I want to get out for some of the characters I play, but I kind of need to max them out first, so at the rate I'm going, probably by the end of this week, I should have a couple guides up. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.